We're coming in with the Estwing hatchet review. Let's check it out. I am Midgard Axe. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's had an awesome day and everybody is going to have an awesome week. It is presently Monday and I think we've officially hit summer out here. So I'm sweating, I'm hot, but I'm still going to do this review, okay? So here's the deal. Estwing axe review. Now people are probably thinking, Wes, why are you doing an axe review on an Estwing that is not a throwing axe? Like I said before, guys, I use regular axes. I don't use throwing axes, and I'm going to make a video on why I don't use throwing axes, okay? So, with that being said, the Estwing hatchet. Guys, I was actually pretty surprised by this hatchet, okay? It did very well. I did extremely well up close. Single rotations, I did really well with it. It has a nice balance to it. Now, I like my axes with a little bit of the weight towards the head, okay? I like my axes head heavy. I'm not a big fan of, this is going to sound weird, I'm not a big fan of distributing the weight evenly. I'm weird, okay? Yeah, I am. So this axe is definitely a little head heavy, and I did really well with it. So yeah, I mean it's a good little axe for the price. I think it was like $40, and it did really well. The only complaints that I have with it, of course, I'm not a huge fan of the all steel frame. However, for beginners out there, I would say this is a good axe for you guys because it's really hard to kill it. I mean, it's all steel. You don't have to worry about wood breaking, splitting, pushing the eye down into the axe, moving the axe handle around when you're hitting the knob on your target or hitting the eye on the target and the handle going up and down. You don't have to worry about that with this. It is basically a tank that isn't going to die, okay? The only two things that I had an issue with are the the handle. I'm not a big fan of this grip here. I did fairly well with it up close, but when I started going for distance, it's too grippy, okay? It wants to hang on to my hand, which is what it's designed to do because it is a chopping axe, okay? But for throwing, I had some issues with it throwing distance. It did not want to get out of my hand well, I should say. And the profile of the bit. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but it is all kinds of wonky, okay? It's literally going this way, okay? So this side is ground down more going this way than this side is. This is kind of flat, but I will say this about this axe. The profile, other than it being off at the end, the profile has a really good sticking profile, okay? Here, you can probably see it better right here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it's literally kicking this way. However, like I said, the profile of the grind is actually really good for sticking. I noticed that a lot of axes that I get from stores or whatever, they tend to have a really almost like a wedge at the end, and that doesn't do well for sticking, especially for throwing. So I always end up having to file down and get the contour that I want on the bit. This one has a really good contour. It goes, you know, it tapers very to a narrow edge, you could say, and the bit on it held up very well. Usually when you get something narrow like this, the bit usually doesn't hold up. It'll chip, it'll break, it'll start to bend over. This one did fairly well. I didn't have really any issues with it. It held where it was supposed to hold, and it did a really good job. So if I had to recommend this axe, I would say to a beginner, yeah, buy it. It did really well. It held up. Of course, you can see there's scratches all over the paint, which I'm not a big fan of this painting mess. But it did really well. It held up. Um, Guys, it's all steel. It's like a tank, okay? But it did really well. I think it would be a good beginner's axe. But to be honest with you, doing these videos and going out and experiment with axes, I would probably keep this. It would be a cool axe if you had friends come over and you had an axe throwing set up in your yard and you don't want them breaking your axes. Ask me how I know about that. This would be a good axe. You could bring it out. You could let anyone throw it. The worst thing that's going to happen is that they might tear up your bit, which you could redo. It's not a big deal, but this isn't going to break, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some changes to this. First, of course, like I said before, the handle's got to go. It's too bulky. It is too grippy for me, especially for distance throwing. It wants to hang on to my hand. I don't like that. So I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to do a couple other changes to it. I'm not going to tell you guys what I'm going to do just yet because I want you guys to come back and watch the final video. But I'm going to make changes. I'm going to go outside and throw it, post some more videos of me throwing this axe. And then, like I said before, when it's all said and done and everything is over and I give my final opinion on this, it is going to you guys. So if you're not subscribed to me, subscribe, okay? I'm going to do a lot of these axes, ranging from $30 all the way up to really expensive axes. And then after I'm done with everything, I'm going to send them to you guys. So subscribe to me. Check me out. I really appreciate everybody's time, everybody's support. I've got a lot of big plans for this channel. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So I appreciate everybody that is giving me support and is enjoying the information. I have a lot of it. So stay tuned. See you guys.